You're tuned in to 77.5 FM, the radio station with the hottest hits and most exclusive celebrity interviews. The only radio station that Morningstar City needs.
All right, we are live. Welcome to, normally I would call this, well, I should probably start with my name. Hi, everybody. My name is Kevin McLean. Today I'm here with a fellow creative gentleman. You can introduce your name.
Hey, my name is Henry Sever. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm also a student at UCF.
Yeah, we're both students here at UCF. For anybody watching in like Japan or Korea, that's the University of Central Florida. People in Japan won't be watching this. I'd be very surprised. But so I just decided to get you here to talk about like what you are as a creative, what your journey is, how professional you are, things that matter to you. Probably typical questions you're gonna find in an interview. Okay. But the cool thing is I get to ask you before you're on Jimmy Fallon.
Boy,
so
bye.
That means I get to ask all the basic stuff, but make it original. So I took some notes on the stuff I watched, and you can do your thing.
I also have questions.
Tight.
You.
I'm so excited.
Please.
Okay.
But yeah, no. What did you want to start with?
Let's just start with the human side. How are you today? What are you most excited about in this interview? Why'd you come?
How this the three-part? Okay, first part. Why?
Sorry, I'm
no,
berating you with questions.
Let me think. How am I today? I'm okay. I stayed up really late last night trying to finish a short that I'm working on, and that made me very, very sleepy. So I woke up today late, and then I've just been doing some household stuff. I had to go out, do some errands. I got some dish soap. But yeah, and then now I'm here.
Procrastinating on shopping myself.
Right, and now it's cold outside. And I need to start layering again. Yep. So there's that. And honestly, like when you reached out, I was like, oh, like that's cool because like I don't know, like I always see you around, and like I know of your coworkers. So like I'm like, oh, like it's cool. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, for those
always
of
cool
you
talking
who
to
don't
other creatives.
know, I'm in a league of assassins, and we're paid to like kill people, and he's using services. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Yeah, I just work at this place that talks about wellness and health, so we're essentially like mini doctors.
Bro, I was trying to think like oh my god, like from Batman, like there's like the League of Assassins. At first I was thinking like Court of Owls. It's not that, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you know, I'm blanking, but whatever. Yeah. But yeah, honestly, how are you doing today? How are you feeling today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm gonna just lean into more like why I want to do this interview, because this interview is what I was thinking about like all day and for like the past few days. So it's kind of been guiding my emotions.
Past few weeks,
really.
Bro, the amount of times you have to like reschedule, like it's been an insane month for me, but yes. Oh my god.
I'm just excited to talk about creativity and who we are as people.
Yes.
Which, why do I feel like I said that before? I probably said, I don't know. No, I said that before we started recording, which is why I wanted to start recording as soon as possible. Let's get into it now. So the way I decided that you were going to be somebody I wanted to interview was, we talked, you told me you're a film major, and I looked at your Instagram account, which led me to your YouTube page, which led me to two videos in particular that I watched, which was 1 a.m. Hero, which you won an award for.
Yeah.
How many people have talked to you? How many people have you talked to about this? Like, got it on paper for the record?
I believe two. There was one girl from the Nicholson School that like like a thing from the Nicholson School, like the journalism department. She did an article about it, and then when I was at a film festival, it was like a guy who did like a short kind of like it was like a short like little like audio interview with like a bunch of filmmakers there. So I did like one, but like I don't know, yeah, really just that, yeah. But not much, no, yeah.
Okay, so for those of you who don't know, Henry's film 1 a.m. Hero or 1 a.m. Heroics.
Yeah.
Gotta get the name right.
LOL, bro.
Was essentially about this guy who lived in like a college dorm with his roommates or an apartment with his roommates, and he just comes back in the middle. Spoilers alert, by the way. He comes back from one of his missions or whatever he was doing out there, and he teleports into the room when his roommate is getting popcorn. So of course his roommate finds out, and they spend the rest of it like debating, and it's just really funny the way the characters interact, and the actors did such an amazing job.
They did. And I love them. Yeah.
I wanted to know what was your involvement in the process. I know you directed it, and I believe you wrote it too, right? So where'd you get that idea, and how did you execute it?
Where did I get the idea and how to execute? I'm like trying to go back. It's been a minute. Oh my gosh. It was basically like, what is it? Okay, I had the idea. There was like one summer I was staying on campus, and I honestly did not have that much to do. I was like going to work, but it's like my classes were online. It were really easy classes. It was like one class I was like learning how to use Word and Excel. It was like really dumb, but like basically that summer I was just like writing a lot and just like getting really creative like in my room. I was alone a lot that summer, but it was kind of like a freeing kind of lonesomeness. It wasn't like a sad lonesome, you know what I mean?
Like,
so like
I can do whatever I want.
Yeah, like very like I'm comfortable being with myself, and it was very nice, you know. So like it was just that summer I was just writing a lot. I was watching a lot of TV that summer, like The Bear. I think that was the summer that the first season of The Bear came out, and like Umbrella Academy was out that summer. Miss Marvel. It was like a lot of different TV shows that I was just watching at the time.
Yeah.
But it was kind of just like, oh, like what if, you know, that whole trope of like the superhero like best friend guy in the chair or whatever, but like maybe if, like he was kind of like pissed at his friend for keeping like such a big secret. So just like a very small like that, like, you know, in like CW shows or whatever, and it's like, and they say it in the thing too, where it's like, oh, I was doing it to protect you, but it's like, what does that even mean? You know what I mean? Yeah. Like yeah. But yeah, it was just that. Yeah. Just like, and something short that can easily be filmed in like one night, which is like how we did it.
Did you have to have like a really hands-on moment in directing the actors, and did you hold the camera for everything?
No. It was me and this guy Hunter. He was really cool. And so it was basically like me and him doing the camera work on it. But yeah, it was definitely, you know, like being hands-on, like working with the actors and everything, because like I also wrote it. And just kind of like playing different hats and all that, because that's what student filmmaking is. A lot of putting on different hats and trying to make the best thing you can, you know. So yeah.
Hold on one second. All right, keep talking about directing. I want to know specifically, because I want to direct people too at some point, but more on the voice direction side because I work in animation.
Yeah.
Just how detailed do you have to get with telling your actors what to do?
I mean, I think a lot of it. Wow, that's a good question. Shit. Oh my god. I think that like a lot of it, like, okay, with being specific, I think it's all about just eliciting an emotion. It's not like, I think I've heard this advice a lot, and I also like practice it on my own sets, where like it's like a lot of people kind of have this idea. It's like, oh, you're directing someone, it's like, oh, do it like this, or like it's like, if, let's say the line, give me like a line or something, like for like a character, say, I don't know,
Give me back my sister.
Give me back my sister. Okay, so like I feel like a lot of times like people will think it's like, oh, like the director's gonna be like, okay, you're gonna say the line and you're gonna say like, get me back my sister, or get me back my sister, like whatever. But it's like you're not like telling them how to do it. It's more like, okay, elicit like an emotion where it's like, okay, you go to the actor and you're like, imagine at this point, this is what your character's feeling. This is like the background, which is things that you should already honestly like have those conversations beforehand, but like kind of trying to elicit, like get an emotion out of them that can get the performance that you want, instead of just telling them do it like this, you know, because
do you think that's do you think that's more lenient on or more dependent on the director being able to communicate that vision, or dependent on the actor being able to understand that vision? Or do you think it's like equal?
I think it's a little bit of both, honestly. I love acting, like the art of act. I don't do acting. Like I'm not an actor. I'd love to try something. I've tried some things in the past, but like
Yeah, I'll reach out to you for some voice stuff later.
that'd be fine. Oh my god. But like I became friends with like one of my best friends is Minjaya, and I became friends with her like doing my first short film and like getting her sort of her perspective as an actor has helped me like so much in guiding me like as a director and like understanding like working with actors and getting the best performance we can. I'm still growing. There's still like a lot of things that I'm just trying to like figure out and get better, but I know I'm getting better with each project that I do, and that makes me excited. But to answer your question, I think it's a little bit dependent on both and like that relationship that you build with your actors, because like no one wants the project they're on to fail.
Yeah.
So like yeah, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I sometimes have trust issues when I'm working in projects where it's like either I give full trust to my actors and I'm like, okay, I know they want to have fun and I know they want to be free and put their own selves into the characters. I'm just going to let them do that. And then I'll take too much of a backseat and we end up wasting a whole hour because they're not getting the vision I want.
Yeah, because you still need a guide.
Yeah.
Because it's like
Then the other
time
half
is money,
like,
even though we're not really doing this for money.
Really?
But
our
like
time right now, you only have so much time.
like
to do
yeah, like
this.
it's like you gotta, especially like when you're doing like sets where it's like people are there for like hours to like accomplish the goal, and I'm so thankful for it. Like I'm very grateful that people have been like so willing to help me out with stuff, because like you're there for hours and you're not getting paid other than like food, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to like waste anyone's time or like whatever. Like everything second counts. Like
Yes.
I keep mentioning the bear. Oh my gosh. Well, like you know what I mean? Yeah.
That's only like the second time you mentioned it.
Yeah.
And I've never watched The Bear, so I don't get any references.
It's a great
just so you
show.
know.
It's so good. It's really good. But yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I know. I wanted to show like,
Yeah.
how did you get into doing art?
Animation?
Because I saw like you do animation, but then also like music and everything. Like, how did that start?
I've got, let's see. Okay. Before I get into me, I'm going to pick out maybe like my 3 favorite questions to ask about you, because I
Bye.
have like, as an artist, you have a million things to talk about.
Oh yeah.
So when we get back into me, we might not get back into you.
Okay. Okay, boy. Like yeah.
Okay.
No. Let's get it. Let's get it.
I think, let's see then. All right. I'm going to ask you this my favorite question, which
Okay.
was 7 minutes and 30 seconds into your London vlog. I marked the
You're crazy.
timestamps because I want to create an opportunity for people who listen to this interview to be like, okay, I'm going to go search up Henry Sever London vlog, 7 minutes, 30 seconds, because you said something that was very profound to me. And
God, I hope it was. Oh my God, what did
let
I
me
say?
see. What did you say? What
Did I say?
So I can only paraphrase because for some reason I didn't get the quote. And you mentioned your preference of being director of photography over director because you wanted to try new things and allow the director experience for others.
Yeah.
And that moment stood out to me so much because it was like, you're like what they call like a real leader, where a real leader doesn't always need to lead. A real leader gives other people the experiences that they need to build up the overall team. And I wanted to know, like let us into your mindset when it comes to collaboration and sharing spotlight and, letting everybody in on the glorious stuff.
The glorious.
It's glorious.
Glorious
It's
purpose. Oh my God, thank you, man. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that like really hit. Okay, so at the time, so basically when that had happened, the whole thing with the study abroad, course that we were doing, it was 2 weeks at a film school in London, and everyone was like amazing. Like it was really, really educational. But the whole thing is that we were working towards making a short film in that short time that we had. That short film was like just like one scene. It was a dialogue scene between like 3-4 characters in one set location. And at the time, like when we had done it, like when I got to London, it was about like a week or No, it was a week after finishing filming like my short.
Yeah.
So like at that point, I was burnt out. I was like, I'm like I don't want to direct. Like I really don't want to do it. And it's like it's like, did I have that energy, the power to? Like I could have, because we were basically trying to figure out like, oh, who wants to do what. But it was just like half of it. This thing sounds so bad. Okay, no. But like, okay,
it's real, though.
But so half of it was like, I'm burnt out. I really don't want to direct and like have that like on me. Mm-hmm. But then the other half of it was that like the people that we were doing this program with, a lot of them were like Rosen students. For those who don't know, Rosen is the College of Hospitality at our school, and they were like education, entertainment management majors, who a lot of them, it was really just me and one other girl out of this whole class where they didn't really have experience being on a set or doing any student films or like whatever. So that's why I was like, oh, well, I got the experience. They're paying, we're all paying to be here. Like, I'd rather you get that experience and I get to try something that I haven't done before, which is being a DP for somebody else.
Mm-hmm. So it's like the best of both worlds, because you're both burnt out and you want to try new stuff.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, I'm already in a different country. Shoot, might as well, you know? But like,
yeah, man.
Yeah, like
when
it was just, right, exactly.
Or when in London.
Hello. Like, it was just like, I wanted to do something different. But it's just like, I'm really happy that the girl who directed like our project, like that she got that opportunity, because she was like amazing. Yeah. And like I was like, you're doing so, like she was so great. Like she was so great to work with. And I'm really happy she got that opportunity. And I hope she directs more short films in the future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think I'm debating whether or not I want to ask what you were. You know what? I'll ask it really quick. What were you filming in London?
Oh, it's just a short film.
Just a random, like,
okay.
Is
the
it coming
scene,
out soon?
Oh, no. God, no. It was in the at the film school. It was basically like this like short dialogue scene that was between and it was like 4 people in the scene. It was 3 of them were students that were part of this program with us. So, like, it was like students from ECF. And then one of them was an older woman who was an actress, like a British actress from the area.
Cool.
And basically the scene was like these 2 students get called to the principal's office for their high school. And basically the principal is like, oh, you guys posted an inappropriate video and the students think they're going to get in trouble for it. But then principal is like, actually, no, we're getting a lot of like attention for this. And this could be like a good like fundraising opportunity. So we're basically going to use you guys and like your viral fame to like make money for the school. So it was like a quick comedy scene. We filmed it in a day. It was really short. It was kind of just like a test run of like how working on a set is. And it was really cool. Like it was cool that I was able to be on it and like understand like what I'm doing and like use the knowledge that I've learned here from working other people's sets, from working my own set, and bring that over there. But then also being able to like help out any like gaps in knowledge that other people had, or just learn myself and like learn from the tutors that we had there, you know? Yeah. Because these are people that are like working professionals, because there is a big film industry in London right now.
Like on real movies and TV
yeah,
shows.
Exactly. Like these are people that like actually like worked on film. Okay. There's somebody. There's somebody waving. They were not waving at me. Oh. But like yeah. But yeah,
for the context, because I know you guys can't see anything, some person just started waving across the room,
and I was like confused.
Throughout the day, this man, before we started recording, has been like saying hi to people, and I was like, dang, he's got a lot of friends.
No, I love UCF. Go Knights. But yeah, it was just like kind of a test run thing. I don't think it's going to be released. Okay, it was more just like a school project. Yeah. But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right then. Well, I could have a million more questions, but we can always do more interviews in the future. Let's talk about me.
We got through them top 3, right?
Yeah. We got through them.
Okay.
We got through them. Don't worry.
Okay.
Now we can talk about me.
Yeah, no, because I wanted to know like how did you get into like, well, I guess art is kind of vague, but like animation and like music specifically, because I saw your music on your account. And like,
did you listen? You listened
I
to
listened
any
to all
of
of them. Yes.
You listen to all of them?
Yes.
Did you listen to the newest one?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Really?
Like I mean,
whatever
whatever was on your YouTube. Yes.
Oh my god, that makes me feel so amazing.
Yes. Yeah. No. Like I saw it. Like it was like the. I don't know what the number was. Like 7.
Track 7.
It was just 7
Yeah.
songs, and then there's like the little animated short that was. I think that was like what about like 8 months ago or something.
No. Oh yeah, the animated short that was
Yeah.
8 months ago. He's talking about this thing called a Daisy and Undead Love Story, which
Yes,
I made
yeah.
for the Animation Production Club here on campus. That was a fun experience.
It was cute. I thought you should make more stuff like that. Like that was really
I
cute.
will.
Okay,
I have-
it's in the
Dude,
works.
I
Right?
have an entire animated storyboards for a trailer for the comic that I'm going to be releasing in 2025.
Yeah.
Totally non-shameless plug, but and I can't release it because I don't want to spoil it because I have an entire rollout planned out, and when I want
I
to
love that. That's really good because a lot of people don't think about the rollout and like the marketing of their projects.
Yeah.
As small as like where we are right now, because like we're still students and everything. It's like you need to know how you're actually gonna get it to people to see it.
Exactly.
You know, so that's really great.
marketing, bro. It's marketing.
I love it.
Have seen comics succeed with millions of people watching it every single week on Webtoons, and the art is stuff that you literally see on elementary students' sketchbooks. Of course, it's the talented elementary kids, but there's still a different threshold of quality there.
Yeah.
And the reason those are succeeding is because it's hitting a special target market and it's staying true to it. It's staying consistent, and in the way that it talks to people, it creates an experience, and that is what marketing is to me. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put that into my comic, and I'm gonna make it more than a comic. I'm gonna make it something where if you follow me on Instagram, you're gonna get a different experience because I'm doing something where it's like, okay, you see character profiles every single week, you see little montages every single week. On YouTube, you get all the music and the world building, which you asked about. I'll get into that. And then if you just follow my personal account, you're just seeing me. And it's just like, yeah, this is what we're talking about today. This is what we're doing. Here's something from my sketchbook. And you're just learning who I am as an artist behind the comic and all that. And yeah, that's cool. But you asked how I got into art.
Yeah.
Slightly, sorry we're getting on topic.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry, actually.
No, you're good.
When I was a kid, I did what any other kid do that would get into art. Disney movies, Ponyo, Studio Ghibli, anime.
Real.
But
What's your favorite anime? Real
my
quick.
favorite anime right now, normally I would say Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. But I watched that when I was like in middle school, and a lot of things went over my head, and like I was rewatching it now when I realized these
no
characters should not be doing this to this other character.
I have
and this
no
is-
clue what that is, so you're good.
Look, I'm glad you don't, because everybody who's
Okay,
listening
so-
to this now is judging me.
Okay, so then what is your favorite then?
But my politically correct favorite anime, I'm gonna just go with Naruto, which seems like probably a very basic
I mean, it's
option.
basic for a reason, right? Everybody
It
loves
is basic for a reason. There are a lot of good things about friendship. There are a lot of good things. No. I don't even want to say friendship because I feel like One Piece does friendship better than Naruto does. Like Naruto is idealized friendship, where I feel like One Piece is realistic friendship. You know, you fight, you get over it. Sometimes you don't talk to each other for a while. Sometimes you just grow apart because life is taking its course, and then you come back together. And it's like One Piece is realistic friendship, and I love it for that. But Naruto, I love the idealistic friendship. I love romanticized things. I love just how much passion they put into fighting and standing on, I'm going to work hard. They showed so much training in Naruto. I think that's one thing One Piece doesn't do. Like, I've noticed that the characters just become strong as they go through an experience, which I understand, but they don't show the training as much. And Naruto is like, we're always training. We're always on experiences. We're always trying to strategize and do much more than just be a ninja, you know? And yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, Naruto, I was just rewatching, and like some of the some of the themes just hit me harder as an adult.
Yeah,
you know, losing people, especially. There's a lot of loss in Naruto, and I've lost people in one way or another, and I'm like, dang, this made me sad as a kid, but now it's like, damn, bro.
I get that.
I feel you, Shikamaru. Like,
yeah.
And sometimes, one thing I've learned just growing up and becoming an adult is that sometimes you experience very dramatic things, and you don't cry, you don't scream, you don't yell, you don't fight anybody. You just sit down in a moment of quiet, and you're like, yeah.
That's true.
That's how it is.
That's true.
That's just what it is to be an adult.
Right. That's so real.
Which is one of the major themes in the Nights and Mornings are my upcoming comic. But, yeah. So go ahead. You can.
That's cool. Yeah. Cause like.
Yeah.
Also, who are your favorite artists in general? Because like I was like trying to like when I was listening to your music.
Trying to pick up
I was
inspiration.
hearing some like I was definitely hearing some Kanye influence in terms of the beats that you were choosing, and some of the choices you made on the beats. I was hearing like sort of like that, like mid 2010s Kanye, like post 808 and Heartbreaks.
Yeah.
But then also like there was also some like almost like 80s 90s hip hop like influence in there too. Like who would you say are like your favorite artists, or like artists that like you feel like have influenced you in that way?
So there's a lot, but I'll focus on the main ones. The main ones are definitely Kanye, but he's not number one. Number one is actually Tyler, the Creator. Actually, hold on. Okay, in terms of production, like the sound of my music, I want to say Kanye and Childish Gambino are what I what I used to try to emulate when I was first starting out, and over time it just became my own identity. Tyler, the Creator, also inspires me in terms of production and sound, but I feel like he more so inspires me just in general as the way I attack creativity and execution. You know, the world building stuff, that's him. The way we're having this podcast right now, this podcast idea was actually inspired by his Flower Boy interview, and which is why I wanted to do video originally, because the way that he shot it was so inspiring. But it's totally fine it's on audio, because I know a lot of people are just going to put this in the background anyway, which I want you to do. I want you to do this and just listen to us talk while you're making chicken fried rice, you know? Because that's cool. That's chill. You're just having a moment, and we're just with you in that moment, and it's so cool. But Childish Gambino is where I was inspired in some ways for the rollout thing. Like, I remember they were talking about it's because the internet rollout and how he embodied the character, the boy, and everywhere he went, he was this moody guy always wearing flannels and this stupid hat. And by the way, I don't think this hat is stupid. I personally would never wear it, but I think it's kind of tight the way he wore it. And not everything fits on me the same way it does on other people. So, just to say, I just like to use the word stupid. But that's off topic. Yeah, Chance the Rapper, believe it or not. I don't know why I said believe it or not. Chance the Rapper is such an awesome guy and has like a great discography.
I mean, Acid Rap is like a classic album.
Of course, yeah.
Like, yeah.
Kendrick.
Love Kendrick. That's like one of my favorite artists.
What was it? On the first song, I Am, in the TKMS album, I think I go like, because I'm black. So, okay, what was the line? I'm about to just pull it up on my phone so I can say it properly, because I don't want to sound like an idiot. Bam. I got the lyrics pulled up here. And it's like, you see I'm black, so being braggadocious just comes with a package. The fact is y'all just have to hack it. And the way that I said it to put emphasis on being black was like, I want to channel every ounce of that representational leader of a movement energy that Kendrick has whenever he speaks. And I want everybody to know for generations. This is why I opened the song up on that. Like, this is about me. And I am a black, young, healthy artist.
Hello.
And all y'all better know it.
Amen for that.
Don't ever tell me otherwise. And there's so much other stuff to dive into on any of these songs. Like, pick a song, I'll talk about it forever. But, you can also talk about whatever else you want to talk about. So feel free to ask all your questions.
No, I love To Pimp a Butterfly, man. That's, like, honestly, like, I just wanted to know, like, just generally, like, what motivates you to do any of this? Because, like, there's a lot of things that can motivate you nowadays, especially, like, with the state of social media nowadays. I don't know, making art can feel so weird now.
Is it because, like, so many people can easily brush over it?
Yeah.
I'm totally manipulating you right now by saying that.
Like, no, it's like, yeah, that's right. Like, algorithms, it's the way that it's like almost like on a whim if something's gonna do well or not. But then, what does it even mean to do well? Engagement, like, just it's so much of it is like a numbers game,
I can talk to you about
what do you feel like motivates you to create?
In terms of motivation. You'll just kind of like get that throughout the entire conversation. You'll have to like piece it together because I'm telling you like my favorite artists.
One thing.
Well, there's my favorite artist that I just listed: Tyler, Childish Gambino, Kanye. There's my own identity, which is I could really get into that question now that I think about it. Depression. I have dealt with depression, suicidal thoughts. Trigger warning, by the way. I'm not going to get too into details for all you listeners, just so you know. But I do want to let you know that, like, I've dealt with that stuff. And also just family trauma, emotional neglect from my parents for a period of time. Me and my dad did not always have the best relationship, but it has improved. I still have him in my life, which I'm very blessed for that. And it's cool because I can now rely on him for all sorts of things, but growing up, it wasn't always that way. And because I didn't have people in my home to rely on emotionally, I turned to music. And I didn't know that I turned to music as an outlet. I actually started because I saw my older brother, and everything I wanted to do as a kid, I just wanted to do it with people. It started with video games. I love playing video games with my brothers, and eventually, no, just my brothers, because I have a stepsister, and she never got into video games like that, at least not the kinds I like. And then over time we grew up. Video games stopped becoming made in multiplayer levels the same way they used to be, like split screen stuff. That just faded away, and I miss it so much, and it created this hole in my heart. And I was like, dang, okay, what else can I do to bring people together? Art. Okay, I'm gonna make games on Roblox. Nobody else knew how to do that, and we only have one computer, so that didn't work out. Okay, I'm gonna make short films and videos. Okay, I take a camera. Nobody wants to get up and record at like 7 p.m. because the sun's going down and they're tired. Nobody wants to get up at 6 in the morning and catch the, blue hour. Nobody wants to like be outside doing a reshoot of the same line for 30 minutes. And that's just my family. And I'm like, dang. But, and then after videos, I got into photography, which was the first art form that like I felt like was just me. And because I was just taking out my phone and capturing pictures of what I like. And from there, and sometimes I would try to include other people by having them take the photo for me, so that way I could be in it, or I would have them pose a certain way and get cool shots. And then came music. I saw my older brother producing music, singing over songs, and he never released any of his stuff, but he looked like he was having so much fun doing it. I was like, I want to be good enough where he will work with me. Because all I want in the world is to just work with my older brother on something he loves so much, because it could be, in my head, I just saw us in his bedroom, him playing piano, me singing lyrics and rapping rap songs, and just all day long into the night, because he loved it that much. And I grew to love it that much as he gave me a Samson microphone. And it was a terrible microphone at the time, but it was what he gave me, and that made it so much more special. And he never really made the time to do anything with me. He was always like, go write your own lyrics on your own, go record on your own, here's some software, go find Audacity, download that and start recording. And it's like, go into your room and record, or the garage or something and record. Don't bother me with it. And he just wanted to be in his own world all the time. And and I thought it was because I just wasn't good enough to work with him. So I studied this stuff. I studied how writers wrote their lyrics. I studied how producers made their beats a little bit because I don't produce my own beats. But I looked into it a few times, and I practiced literally hours on hours. There would be days where as soon as I get home, I grab my computer, I run to my garage because that was the only place I could record. I'd set up my laptop where it's like stomach height, and so I would have to bend over and be breaking my back for this. And I would be trying to master the art of rapping, and sometimes it would go so crazy I'd be in there until like 3 a.m. That's like 6 p.m. to 3 a.m. and I never leave the garage. I'm not exaggerating anything right now. That's how much I practice. That's like every day for me. Or at least it was back in like 8th grade all the way up until maybe 9th grade. And that was where my love of music came from. Sadly, I still never ended up working with my older brother. And quick interruption. Future me here. Just want to clarify that I rarely worked with my older brother, not that I literally never worked with him. I don't want to accidentally slander his name. Anyways, back to the interview. And I think that's just because I realized it wasn't about me being good enough. It was just about him, and I don't understand what he does most of the time. He's just in his own world. And, it is what it is, but in that journey, I realized that I could write lyrics really well. Like, I had a hidden talent I didn't know I had, and I would write stuff, come back to it 3 days later, and then I'd realize, wait a minute, I understand how I processed this kid saying something mean to me at school today through my rap lyrics. And now that I'm looking at the lyrics in front of me and analyzing how I really feel when I'm saying it, it's like, oh my God, I just processed an emotion. I could turn this into my diary and really work through hard stuff that I don't know how to vocalize, like in a conversation with people. And so many people, when I show them my music, it feels like they just understand because they're just having emotions when they listen to it. I played one song I made a few months ago for my cousin, and he cried at it. Like, I didn't tell him to do anything. I didn't force him to sit down and listen to it. I just played it in the car as we were driving, and he just started crying. And I was like, oh my God, this is the level of deep understanding that I want people to have of my pain. And I have achieved that. And I'm not even like if you mentioned like how do we measure success, I feel like that personal experience with just one person in front of you, if they can give you the reaction that you are looking for, that's one real human being with a whole experience affirming everything you worked for. And I feel like that essentially is what we're trying to reach. That's why we care about the numbers and the algorithm, because we're trying to reach people. In real time, when you're playing your stuff in real time for people, you're getting the numbers. It's just not being documented on Instagram. And I'm like, dude, that is success. Before we had social media, Tyler the Creator was playing his shows in freaking parking lots, and he says this in interviews. He was just playing in parking lots, just printing stuff on t-shirts with his printer he got from his friend, and he was just giving it to real people, engaging with his community. He wasn't on Instagram, he wasn't on YouTube. But he wasn't getting plays off of that. He was just in his community, really there. And it was like, that's what this is all about.
It's really cool, man. I could not agree more with like the measuring your success based off how you actually impact people, because like that is what art is. Like that's, oh my God, I love that. I had a similar experience recently, and like it really does touch you, because it's like it hits more than an Instagram like, you know what I mean? No, I love that. Honestly, I think those were like the big like question that I wanted to ask you, just like kind of just who are you? But you're right. You over time you did answer like what motivates you. Like but like, do you have any like? Well, right now your big plan is the webcomic.
The webcomic
for 2025. Like, what is that about, by the way?
So the Knights of Morning Star, TKMS for short, is about these 5 college freshmen who deal with assassins and trauma, but mostly trauma. And I wanted to emphasize the trauma part because the assassins don't actually come in for a few episodes, and I did that intentionally because I wanted the audience to just care about the characters and have a human experience. I feel like there's already an oversaturation of media that talks about fight scenes and over the top alternate realities and bigger than life villains, and it's like, that's cool. But like, when you live for a long time and you love movies, you've seen enough of it at some point. You know, there will never be enough. You know, like 10 years from now, I'm still gonna love a good Marvel movie, but it just means a little bit less. It's just like, okay, it's another movie, right? But how many stories are there that are told on a grand scale over a lot of time in different medias connecting people that are just about 5 guys going through life? And it's like, yeah, we fight assassins sometimes. Yeah, we blow stuff up sometimes. But really, I'm just trying to make friends in school. I'm just trying to figure out what's wrong with this girl who keeps giving me the thumbs up. Why does this kid care so much about like women and like them being safe? And those are all like, or better yet, there's like one where it's like, oh, why is this strange guy just so nonchalant about everything, even when people are literally about to die in front of him, and he's still just so chill about it? And it's like, and those are all like reactions to stuff that they've been through, and it's kind of reflective of real life. Like, everybody has weird mannerisms in real life. Like, you're doing this thing right now where you put your hand behind your neck, and there's probably a reason for that maybe you don't even think about. And it doesn't have to be a trauma experience. Yeah, your arm's tired, but when my arm's tired. But like right now, in this conversation, like there's you're relaxed and I'm overcome with excitement and energy, so I'm tilted this way. And it's because when I get a ton of energy, I contort my body in strange positions.
That's real.
Because I can't hold myself still.
Everyone's different. Yeah, I like that.
And it's like, we all just have our weird quirks.
And I like that you noticed that, like, as a writer, because, like,
you have to.
I love that. Like, I love writing, like, with writing characters, like, there's so much that goes into it, and then, like, you're creating literally, like, life, which is, like, insane. But it's just, like, you're making so many, like, different choices with your character that, like, then has to be like translated through the story, and like whatever conflicts happen, it's like, okay, how would this person interact with this conflict with the type of life that they have, or like the sort of like privileges that they have, or like whatever, like what shapes this person's life to where they react in this kind of way. And I think that's so dope. I think it's really cool that you like kind of notice that stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I kind of ran out of questions. That's all I got.
Dude, that's totally
that's kind of all I got. I just really wanted to know just
out.
like kind of like the basic, like, who are you?
Yeah.
Kevin. I think I accidentally said like Kev earlier because I'm like so used to reading your name on Instagram. But like, yes. Cool. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to probably do another voiceover when I get home and like add a formal introduction, talk about who you are so that I can introduce the audience to this stuff.
Okay.
So it's all good. You don't have to worry about context and stuff. We're providing it. We're just having a good conversation.
No, it is.
Yeah.
It is. And yeah. No, I'm happy. No, thank you for like, thank you for inviting me for real. Like, it's always nice to like talk to other creatives that go here, because like we're all in the same boat.
Yeah.
Being at a school in Central Florida that's mainly known for engineering and trying to go for the arts.
Yeah.
It's a very unique experience for sure. But yeah.
Yeah. I'm so glad I was able to have you here. You are an inspiring force because the quality of which you do your things, and you're just a student like me, and it just shows me that like I can do amazing things like right now, right here.
And hell yeah. No, for real, like that's what I'm saying, like use your resources, man. Like, and it's like you already know, but it's like so much of like the stuff I've done, like renting stuff out from the library, or like like hitting up just like random people that go here or like whatever, where it's like people, I like to believe that people are generally good.
Same.
It
underrated
gets tricky,
thought.
but like it gets tricky sometimes. But it's like I like to believe generally people are good. A lot of people do want to help, you know.
Oh, speaking on that, remember how you made that one Instagram post about voting, and you were like, I
got scared. Every time you mention something of that, I'm like, what did I do? Like,
no.
You know, like when
Every
your
time I
mom
mention
would
stuff,
or like a teacher would be like, oh, can you talk to me real quick? And it's like you go through like everything in your mind, like, oh my god, oh, where's this, where's that? It's not even that. Okay, bye.
No.
I do not have skeletons in my closet.
But
yes.
When I saw that little short on Instagram, that's actually the video that made me go.
Hell, I'm happy you went to vote.
I had,
yeah.
And the thing is, just so you can know how much of an impact it had on me, I live in Georgia.
Yeah.
So I bought a plane ticket, like on a whim, to go vote because I thought about it after seeing your video, and I thought about how much people cared, and I was like, bro,
it's serious.
If the person I want to win for, I mean, you know what? I'm proud to say I'm a Kamala Harris supporter. Like, I don't support Trump. He's got like a million reasons why not to.
Really sad about the results of the last election. It made me really sad, really angry. But yeah,
if you guys can't handle my interview because I'm not a Trump supporter, then I probably don't want you in my audience anyway. So have a nice day. But no, I still love you, bro. Just not in that way. So, anyways, yeah. So I went home and I was like, on the plane, thinking to myself, dude, if she loses, at the very least, I can't complain and say that, or I can't feel bad knowing that I didn't do all I could to support.
Right.
So it brought me a sense of peace, and it was your video that made me take the time to really think about that and what kind of peace it would bring. And I'm glad I did, because now that you know she lost the election, it's okay, we're gonna move forward and do our best with what we got, and it's like I can rest easy knowing that I did what I could.
Yeah, I'm oh my gosh, I'm really happy that I'm happy it made an impact. I'm happy it did something, you know, because I made it really quickly because I was like, I feel like if I don't make this, I'm gonna regret it. In terms of like just like doing something, like it's like artists have the ability to really like change the world, and I think that's often said, but like truly, like the media we consume is so important. I've said it so many times where it's like the media we consume is so important and like can change mindsets on a lot of different things. Not only just like when we say media, a lot of times people think like news media, like whatever. And while that's true, but it's
media
also like
is everything.
Like movies, TV shows,
books, posters on the wall.
Yeah, like representation really does matter, and not even just in a way where it's like, oh, like now a little young black kid sees this thing and like now they can do that. That is important, but it's also like just people being able to show stories of people that some people may never meet. Like for example, like there could be someone in like middle America who has like never met a Korean person, but then they see this sitcom about like a Korean family running like a convenience store, and they see that on Netflix, and it's like that's representation. That's like now it's like they know a little bit about
now they're curious,
a culture that they never knew, and that's really dope. And I think that's really cool, and I think it's cool that writers and artists just have that power to do that, you know.
Real.
But yeah.
I think we can start wrapping up now. Yeah, I like that note we left on, the power of art. But I will just say it has been an amazing pleasure with you. I'm so glad we finally got to sit down and have this chat.
Me too.
Dude, you know, if there's one note I can just say in the end, it's like this conversation brought up so many interesting points and a peek into your mind that like I would love to do future interviews. Of course, we can space it out like over the terms of our career and stuff, so I'm not interviewing you like next week or anything.
It's gonna be like one of it's like them Billie Eilish interviews or whatever, where it's like just asking the same questions over like once a year or whatever. Well, however she did it, that's funny.
No. I'm gonna always ask you.
Like next time, it's gonna be like, so now that your webcomic's out, how do you feel about that? Like, how's that going?
No, I'm gonna ask you very specific questions. I want you to do your research and like pick out like what. Go find a moment that makes you feel something and that's personal to you in my comic, and be like, this character just did that. I feel sad. And then talk to me about that. because the audience can go and interpret it however they want for the rest of it. But you're here right now, or you will be here in like a year from now, and we'll be talking about it, and it's going to be your moment, and we'll have your conversation. You know, don't ask general basic questions, because that's how you got like typical stuff people just breeze through.
But yeah, I do have to head out.
Got you. I got you.
Yeah,
all right, thank you, man. We're doing a handshake for the listeners.
Yeah.
All right, have a good one, man.
You too.